What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Financial Seeds Podcast, where we believe that financial freedom is built one conversation at a time. I'm your host, JimDre Westbrook, and every week we are here to empower families to go from striving to thriving by having smart, practical money talks. Today's episode, we are talking about bonding on a budget, not balling on a budget. Essentially, that's what we want to get at. But we are talking about family bonding on a budget and how you, yes, your family can do it with the money you have. You can create special memories, do your thing together, and create stronger families. So I cannot wait to get into today's episode. I'm not writing this thing alone, y'all. We got our favorite girl, Bree, in the house, back on the pod. How are you doing today, Bree?
Hey, I'm doing good. It feels like it's been a minute. We've had some really amazing guests on the podcast. It's been so much fun. I've been watching most of the time in studio, but we've had some really awesome guests. It just feels like I haven't been in this seat for a while. So I'm really happy and excited to be talking to you about one of my favorite things, bonding. Even though it is with the B word. But this is going to be a great episode too. So I'm excited and happy to be back.
So what we want to do is just talk about why this whole thing matters. We spend a lot of time, I think, on this topic, bonding and family. This is a family finance podcast. So let's just start right here. Why does family fun matter when we're talking about financial wellness?
Yeah, well, I think it's really about those memories, right? The memories that we have, they're gonna last longer than the money.
Yeah.
So of course we want to be, mindful about spending and all that, but it's really an opportunity for us to create those memories. So that's what really sticks out to me.
I love it. And the way I see it, fun and finance essentially go hand in hand. When families are planning ahead, they can enjoy more moments that matter without feeling guilty later, right? And here is the key. Joy doesn't have to come with a price tag. You just need creativity, a little bit of planning, and a good attitude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And, what I'm thinking right now, just some of those memories that happened, back in the day when I was a kid. I'd love to hear from you, maybe some of your most memorable family trips when you guys were bonding on a budget. Since we're all around holiday season, what's coming to mind for you?
Yeah. So I think some of my favorite memories of childhood actually don't have a lot to do with money. I'm sure there was money spent, right? But yeah, so the things that come to my mind are with my dad specifically. He passed a few years ago, but my dad and I were very close. So we did a lot of stuff together growing up. And my dad would always take me to the zoo when we were living in Illinois. So we went to the St. Louis Zoo, and I love tigers. I was born in the year of tiger, so I don't know. I thought that we had some kind of connection with the tiger. My dad was also tiger year. My mom is also tiger year. So I always wanted to see the tigers.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad would let me go with him and let me use his big old camera, which was like a Minolta. I don't even think that company exists anymore. And let me take pictures. I thought I was the big cat photographer, okay?
I love it.
And let me tell you, looking back on those pictures, I was terrible. But I sometimes didn't even get the tiger in the shot. But I thought I was cool, and it was just the best experience ever. And my dad would just let me do it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, it'd be his camera, or he'd let me have one of those old disposable ones, and then we'd go and make the prints together.
Yep.
So it was just like he knew what I loved and what I was into, and would just go with me and just be part of it and cheer me on.
Nice.
So that was kind of a big one for my dad and I. With my mom, what sticks out, this is kind of funny, but she would, I forget how often, maybe a few times, a year or so, she would play hooky from work and let me play hooky from school. And we would have like this fun, lazy day. And we'd go and either make our favorite food or get our favorite food and just watch a bunch of movies. Again, it wasn't about spending a lot,
Mm-hmm.
it was just about, having that time together. And that's what I really remember in terms of like, oh, that was so fun when we did that. So,
Awesome. No, I love that you have different stories for your mom and for your dad, both fun.
yes.
I could just see, little Bree trying to do her thing with the camera and just like you said, not even getting what you're supposed to get, but just the memory of it all, just
Mhm.
that experience that you'll always remember that.
Yeah.
Um,
I have to ask you about yours though. Any
yeah,
stick out to you?
yeah. I would say, back in the day, we did a lot of um, road trips.
Mm-hmm.
Like my dad used to, I can't say he loved driving, but he drove a lot of places. Um, my mom also drove. So we would drive to Mississippi. We would drive to, that's where he's from,
Oh,
West
okay.
Point, Mississippi. And then we also would drive to Des Moines, Iowa. That's where my mom is from. So from Michigan to Mississippi, about an 18-hour drive.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then from Michigan to Iowa, about a 12-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
We always stopped midway, which is about like Chicago.
Yeah.
And what was cool about all of that is the music that played during those
Yeah.
trips.
Mhm.
I can almost remember every single trip and what year it was and like what music I was listening to at the time. And, specifically going to Iowa, my mom would, because usually it'd be my mom, my aunt, my mom and my aunt, they're twins,
Mm-hmm.
and then my sister. And we could control the radio. So we would try to find like
Oh,
a hip hop
fun.
station
Yeah.
that was different, but we would buy back in the day cassette tapes
I remember
and then
those.
also like the single CDs.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to love the group 112.
I remember
That
them
was my
too.
group, and the song "Only You," their first single with a Big on it. I had to have that playing when we rode to my grandparents' house, so I could like roll down the neighborhood
Mm-hmm.
with my favorite song because I knew I had friends that lived across the street who were around my age, and I knew they were gonna be outside. So like, man, I gotta be bumping this
They knew Dre was
112.
coming.
Yeah, I thought I was so
Uh,
cool at that moment. But yeah, I just remember so many trips when we would go to Maryland. Tony Braxton was big around that time.
mm-hmm.
Tevin Campbell's
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ready what was huge and Can I Talk? Like just the music. We're a very musical home. So like
Yeah.
there's always music playing growing up. So I can remember those trips and us just bonding, conversations, and most importantly, the music.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's fun because like we were just saying, we don't remember the money aspect. We
No.
remember the bonding part. But
Yep.
there was money. It costed something
Oh
to
yeah.
do those
Yeah,
things. So.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So as we are kind of going down memory lane and reminiscing about our trips, we kind of want to see what ideas we may give to you when it comes to budget friendly family ideas. So, Brie, I want us to get practical.
Mm-hmm.
What are some easy, budget friendly ways that families can have fun together without spending a lot?
There's so many. There's so many. And I have things to say because I obviously have my nibblings and
Yep.
stuff who a lot of times we're trying to come up with creative, fun, and budget friendly ways to do stuff together. Some really good ones are game nights, right? So you
Mhm.
can do board games, trivia, even karaoke would count. No spending required there. There's some really awesome board games too that are just so different from like the ones we grew up with.
Yep.
So they're just a lot more interesting, keep the kids involved more and stuff. So potlucks is another one. Even
Mhm.
so, my sister, she usually has a Thanksgiving potluck in her home. That's
Nice.
been like a new tradition that she started to save, but also to get more people involved. And she has we have a lot of friends that are coming from different cultures and
Mhm.
stuff. So they may not be used to the typical things and they bring their own things. And it's funny because we have several friends who are Japanese or Japanese descent. And so they've been coming to these potlucks, and
Nice.
they bring, which has become like the kid favorite dish, and it's super budget friendly. It's called inari, and it's super simple. It's just like this deep fried tofu kind of pocket, and inside of it is rice.
Really?
Super simple. And the kids, it's like the first thing to go. And it's just like, what? I mean, they're okay. I like them, but
Sure.
the kids love them, and it's interesting. So potlucks can be a really great way to try new things and also keeping it budget friendly because everyone's contributing.
Yep.
Another good thing that I like to suggest are just local adventures. There's usually, those free days for museums. We've got farmers markets out here, community events all the time, especially in this season where it's not quite so hot. So there's a lot of stuff to do. Camping is a great one. It's very budget friendly, especially for those families that maybe you have more kids. It's something you can still enjoy together, but you don't have to spend on the hotels and all that stuff. So that's something that we also do frequently. And then staycations are always a great one. If you still want to have that kind of feeling of you're going on a trip or you're going on a vacation, but you can, and luckily that we live here in Vegas, it's easy to do that. And if you become a member to these things, you're going to be saving there already. So I think luckily we have a lot of options to have some budget-friendly things for our families.
Thank you for that list. A lot of great ideas. If you couldn't have figured that out by yourself, Bree has given, I think, things that sound fun. Fun, look fun. Can't wait to get into it to see what you guys are doing. But here's a pro tip to add on to that. If you currently aren't doing that, you can set aside what we can call fun money and start building that cash for the staycation, for your potluck, for whatever you want to do with the family together. Get everyone involved in it. Get everyone excited about it, especially with the holidays coming around.
Right.
We want everybody to contribute to this thing that will keep the family together. So if you currently aren't doing that, what are you waiting for? Like, let's do it right now. Start that fun fund for your fun money so you can have some fun together.
Yeah, I love that. And once you can even do things, we've talked about this in other podcasts too, where like if you hit a goal, then you can kind of celebrate that goal and do something.
Yes.
So there's a lot that you can do with that too.
I love it. So we're giving you guys a lot of good ideas. I know we keep talking about the holidays, so we want to be timely. And let's just talk about that because we understand when holiday season gets here, it's busy, right? Like there's a lot going on with everyone's lives. And spending can get out of control, right?
Yeah.
Like it can get crazy. We don't want that for you. So I have something that I would love to share for us on how we can just keep things very simple, keep them under control, your spending and your emotions, where you can still have fun together.
Right. I think the key to, and I know that your plan is going to incorporate this, is planning early.
Yeah.
Having a game plan. So.
Yes, indeed. So again, here are just 3 simple ways that you can do it. The first is we want you to set a spending gap per person. So we want you to agree on this as a family when it pertains to a limit for your gifts. So again, set a spending cap per person. So let's just say that it's $20, $25. Even if it's $10, you can still get a nice gift for 10. Now you might have to think about that and see exactly what it is, but put a cap per person for your gifts. Another thing that you can do for the gifts is DIY gifts, aka do-it-yourself gifts. These can be handmade or heartfelt, and they always beat the high price gifts, right? Because everybody, I don't want to say doesn't like luxury, but everyone doesn't appreciate it the same when
Mhm.
it comes to what is value to them, right? You want to make sure that if someone values like the hard work and that you actually made this for them,
Right.
they might think that's better than diamonds.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
most of y'all might say, Dre, you're crazy because we know people, and especially women, love diamonds. But at the same time, you have to know the family member. You have to know that person you are getting that gift for. So if you think they're going to love the do it yourself way, aka you need to go ahead and do it yourself
Mhm.
and get that gift for them.
Right.
Lastly, let's focus on experiences. So family movie nights, baking, holiday baking. We talk about baking on this show quite frequently,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And possibly light tours since the holidays are coming around. Essentially, you want to prioritize memories over materials. Like all the superficial stuff that might come with the holidays, we get it. We've all
Right.
been there. But you want to create those memories. You want to make sure that you are prioritizing the memories that you're going to have with your family. So if it's all about the experiences that you won't forget, like how we used to drive up and down the country and how you used to do the things with your parents,
Mhm.
it's all about the experiences. The money, that comes and goes,
Right.
but it's all about those experiences.
Yeah. I have a few other things to add
Sure.
in here too with the holidays. So I am the stocking lady. My sister kind of didn't carry on that tradition, and
Okay.
I was mad about it. So I decided that Auntie Titi is going to be the one who makes sure my kids know about the stockings. And it's been crazy over the years because it started off with my one niece and taking care of her stocking, and now I have to do 6 stockings.
Yeah.
So, so I use that spending cap for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
limit myself to a certain amount every year on each stocking.
Yep.
And it's harder because as they get older, you can't get as much stuff from the dollar store.
Yeah.
I used to fill those things with a bunch of those little plastic toys, and it's not cutting it anymore because they're
Mm-hmm.
getting older. So I have to become more creative. But I want them to still, and they love the stockings. They always ask me, Titi, you're gonna make us stockings, right? I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I have to figure out how I'm gonna do this. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely that spending cap is great. Another thing too, I think is, the holidays are coming, right? So figuring out how you can be ready and plan ahead in terms of if it's those Black Friday, the Cyber Monday
Yep.
sales, all that, and just taking advantage of it. That way you're in control. You're not gonna overspend if you already have like most of your shopping done. So that those things have really helped me. Another thing that we do too is that instead of getting gifts for everyone, right? Especially with the adults will just choose one person, and then we might like pick names out of a hat, like a
Mm-hmm.
Secret Santa kind of thing. So we're only spending some money on one adult gift, and the rest we're kind of, putting towards the kids. So I think even things like that can be really helpful in terms of budgeting, and you're still able to like really give someone, maybe even spend a little more on something a little more thoughtful for that person. So those are some things that we do that can also be helpful for our audience.
No, that's really good, Bree. And I feel that, if travel is a part of the plan, you kind of need to plan ahead as well.
Yeah.
Like the year is the year.
Hmm.
These holidays don't change. Like
Right.
when they are going to happen. So I think if you can, do the things that we're talking about, budgeting, spending wisely, just organizing all of your finances. It's the same way when it comes with the trip. You can put that on the board. Hey, we're going to go such and such for
Hmm.
this holiday. We're saving, we're doing all the things to make this thing happen. So when we get closer, it's going to happen.
Right.
And it's going to happen without us having to cut costs and having to like only do one thing.
Yeah.
Everything's leading up to it. So I love all of the tips. And yeah, we want you guys to have the best holiday ever. And if you put some of these things into action. We just can't wait to see what happens.
The Financial Seeds podcast is powered by Silver State Schools Credit Union. At Silver State Schools Credit Union, our focus is to provide excellent member service and financial solutions for life.
Las Vegas, it's time your groceries, rent, and bills start rewarding you with cash. With the 2% Cash Rewards credit card from Silver State Schools Credit Union, you'll earn on every purchase. Our home, vehicle, and personal loan rates are some of the most competitive in the industry. Plus, members enjoy mobile banking and video chat for secure face-to-face support. Anyone can join. Become a member today and discover why Silver State Schools Credit Union is banking done better. A trusted, lasting relationship. That's what you get at Silver State Schools Credit Union. For over 70 years, we've put Nevadans first with personalized service, cutting-edge technology, and expert financial guidance. Managing daily expenses, planning for the future, navigating life's unexpected moments, our team will help you through it all. Anyone can join. Become a member today and discover why Silver State Schools Credit Union is banking done better.
Here's what we want families to try this week. I'm going to kick it off to you, Bree.
All right. We want you to plan one free, or will be nice, under $20 activity to do this weekend. So something that brings everyone together. Could be a movie night, could be a picnic, maybe going on a nice local trail while the weather's still nice. So that's our challenge to you. I'm going to give you a couple of fun little tips if you want to take one of mine, or we'd love to hear yours too. You could plan a movie night at home, but maybe theme it, like do a 90s theme where you find whatever you have at home, dress 90s, and have maybe parents, guardians, aunties choose a 90s movie and have fun with that together.
I love that one.
Yeah. Or I read this one somewhere. It was mystery ingredient night. So somebody chooses something random in the refrigerator, and whoever's going to help on dinner has to customize a dinner around that mystery ingredient, and then you all kind of have to guess what it is.
Okay.
One more. Restaurant night at home. So you put people in different positions. You got your chef and their crew who are in charge of making dinner. And then you've got, your servers. And then you have your actual customers who are enjoying the meal first, we can say. So you can have fun with that one too, though be careful, because I will tell you, when I was a kid, my sister abused this, okay? We used to play this one a lot, and it was only me and her. And tell me how I was the cook and the server, and I didn't get any tips. And she was the eater. Yeah, so don't follow my sister's way of playing this game, but it is a fun way, especially if you have younger kids. This is a fun way to have a very inexpensive family night.
Yes, I love all of those suggestions. I know when Tiff and we babysat one of our friends' son, we did the whole little restaurant thing for him, and he loved it. He loved just being all a part of it and being able to look at the menu and say what he wants, and we kind of, ran everything for him, and they would love that one. And I like the 90s, the theme thing, like, we're 80s babies, and of course raised in the 90s, so anything 90s, like, hey, I'm down. Like, as soon as you said that, I'm thinking about the movie Clueless for whatever reason, which is, I would probably say like a 90s cult classic.
Absolutely.
Very iconic.
Yes.
And, I love those
Didn't
ideas.
it just, like, turn 30, like, not that long, or something, even older than that, maybe?
It's around there. So, again, we just want you guys to understand that all of this stuff sounds simple, but it creates those best moments.
Right.
It's essentially connection over cost. And connection over cost is going to win every single time.
Absolutely.
Before we close, let's plant the seeds of wisdom. You don't need a big budget to build big memories. I'm going to say that again. You don't need a big budget to build big memories. You see, joy is a choice. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. And when we focus on family, not finances, we're already wealthy in what matters most. All right, y'all. This was a pretty dope episode. I love when we talk about families and bonding and getting together, and especially since we are around the holiday, I just think that this is just the best episode for us to share with our members so that they can just have the best holiday season together with a plan, saving money, doing all of the things to have your best season yet. So again, I couldn't have done this by myself. I thank you, Bree, for being in the studio, in the chair, making this episode the best that it can be. Again, we can't do this thing without y'all. So if you support the Financial Seeds podcast, we thank you. We appreciate you. But we want you to continue to keep doing that every single episode. So like, share, subscribe, rate, review, do all of the things to continue to make this better and better. We want to hear from you. Season 2 is right around the corner. So if there are just different topics and different things that you want, hit us up. We read the comments. So we want to say, hey, if you want to see something different or see some of the same stuff or part 2s of interviews you've already seen, please hit us up and we will take that into consideration. On social media, you already know. Please follow us on our social media accounts and share this episode with not just your family, but other families so that everybody can get on the same page financially for this holiday season.
And we gave you some homework. So let us know how you did with the spending challenge.
Yes.
We want to know.
Can't wait to hear that. Again, y'all, my name is JimDre. She is Bree. We can't wait to see y'all next week. And as always, keep planting those seeds.
The Financial Seeds podcast is powered by Silver State Schools Credit Union. Hosted by JimDre Westbrook. Co-hosted by Brianna Chavez. Produced by Leandre Fox and created in the Scott A. R. Kills production studio. The Financial Seeds podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended as financial, legal, or tax advice. All opinions expressed are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Silver State Schools Credit Union. Listeners should consult with a qualified financial professional for advice specific to their individual situation.